All right, in this last video, we have a bit of a change of pace. Okay. In a lot of these videos, we've been talking mostly about observational studies, studies where the conclusions are being drawn from observing a sample or observing sometimes the whole population in the case of a census. But a lot of times when we want to find the effect of something, we use experiments. Um, how do things react to an outside influence? A lot of these experiments we think about are for treatments and like medicine and stuff, maybe vaccines or something. I don't know. Uh, in an experiment, some kind of treatment is applied to the subjects, and the results are measured and recorded. One of the big things for an experiment is we have to have something to compare against. Right? You can't just give everyone the treatment and not have a control group, which we'll get. Why I'm getting ahead of myself. And so we'll get into this right now. Definitions. I don't like definitions, but we have to go through them. An observational study is a study based on observations. Is a real good definition. This is like a Google definition where you have to go down a rabbit hole. It's like, what does gratuitously mean? Oh, done in a gratuitous manner. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Google. So we're basically just observing and measuring things, but we're not really treating or changing anything. Contrast that to an experiment. An experiment is a study where the effects of a treatment are measured. So a treatment is applied to the subjects for a duration and then measured during the course of the treatment. A huge, huge thing in experiments is going to be this stuff down here. I don't want to get ahead of myself too much. I like jumping around. So let's kind of get into this with some examples. Each scenario describes either an observational study or an experiment. So we are weighing 30 randomly selected people and we're going to record their weights. No experiment being done here. We're just observing, collecting data. It's an observational study. Subjects are asked to do 20 jumping jacks, and then their heart rates are measured. This is going to be an experiment because a treatment is being applied. Their treatment, in this case, is the 20 jumping jacks. It's going to be an experiment, and the control might be, their resting heart rates or something like that. But again, we haven't mentioned control yet. 20 coffee drinkers and 20 tea drinkers are given a concentration test. Observational study, experiment. We'll say this is an experiment, okay? So there's kind of a lot of missing details on these ones. These are less important than the ones that are going to be on the next page. Confounding occurs when there are two potential variables that could have caused the outcome, and it is not possible to determine which actually caused the result. So there are a lot of things in controlled experiments that we do to eliminate or mitigate this, which is why I didn't really like the previous examples because they're kind of lacking. For example, right, we're looking at this one, concentration test. We can't say, oh, the coffee is definitively doing this or the tea is definitively doing this, because the kind of people who drink coffee and the kind of people who drink tea are kind of different kinds of people, like, I don't want to get too judgy today. I already attacked people who sit in the first row. No, I praised people who sat in the first row. But, your regular tea drinker and your regular coffee drinker are, different kinds of people. So there could be some confounding factors right over here. Okay. So a drug company claims people lost an average of 8 pounds while using a weight loss pill. What could be some variables that cause the weight loss? Is this confounding? Why or why not? So a drug company is claiming people lost an average of 8 pounds while using a weight loss pill. All right, so immediately off the bat, you should be wondering, okay, this, of course, the drug company wants people to be reporting this. Maybe the people want to report it. Anyway, let's trust in this data. What could be some variables that cause this weight loss? Well, if you're taking a weight loss pill, you're probably also more willing to take other measures, right? So maybe they also started exercising or dieting, to supplement with a weight loss pill. How much of this is actually done from the pill? Who knows? And there could be other answers. There could be a lot of answers here. Is this confounding? Why or why not? Let's review the definition. 2 potential variables that could have caused the outcome. Maybe it was weight loss pill. Maybe it was exercising. Maybe it was dieting. Yes, this is the textbook definition of confounding. Yes, confounding here. I'm very confident about this one. So we're going to make our confident answer nice and big because we have confidence. October, don't scratch up my chair anymore. All right, we have a guest lecturer. Oh, our guest lecturer doesn't want to work today. Why or why not is this confounding factor? Gotta make this small again. It is a confounding factor because, it could be the dieting, or it could be the weight loss pill. We don't know. So, one of the ways that we could eliminate this confounding factor is we could have 2 groups. In one of these groups, we actually give the weight loss pill. In the other group, we give a fake weight loss pill, a placebo. And now, the chances of these individuals dieting or exercising is the same between both groups. And then we can compare the groups to see, did the actual weight loss pill group have statistically significant differences in their weight loss compared to the other one? But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Whew. Let's do it. Participants of an experiment are divided into 2 or more groups, typically a control group and a treatment group. The treatment group receives the treatment being tested. The control group does not receive the treatment. Okay, so this is probably an observational study, but not a big deal. And I don't want to turn it into a big deal by going back and changing it. I think there's some missing information. If you have it on a quiz, I'll give plenty of information to make it clear which is which. Anyway, so control group is a group that's not receiving the treatment. It's for comparison, something to compare against. So if in that jumping jacks one, we also looked at what happens when you don't do 20 jumping jacks, and we could have control there. Anyway, a placebo is a dummy treatment given to the control group for the placebo effect, which is just the effect of a treatment influenced by the patient's perception. So if you think you're getting treated, you're going to feel like you're getting treated, and that's going to make some changes. You can Google a lot about the placebo effect. It's very strong. Even if you know you're getting a placebo, there's still a placebo effect. Like, that's how strong this thing is. It's very cool. I won't talk about it too much here because this video is already getting long, but very fascinating. Finally, an experiment that gives the control group a placebo is called a placebo-controlled experiment. So let's determine a reasonable placebo for each scenario. A study for a new medicine that is dispensed in pill form. Placebo could be a sugar pill or something, or a fake pill, a pill of nothing, a pill of water. Who knows? Sugar pills are common, I think. A study on the effect of alcohol on memory. I guess you just give someone a fake drink Just something that take. I don't know how well this would work. This might be one of those examples where it's a placebo, but it still does something anyway. Or maybe it's like you give it to people who haven't had a lot of alcohol, so they don't necessarily know what it is. Like sometimes you can tell someone that like, oh, this fruity drink has alcohol, and they'll like start acting a little looser, a little wilder, because like you're not giving someone a shot of alcohol and saying, is this alcohol or not? So yeah, this could work. So like maybe a fruity drink in a fancy glass with no alcohol. I don't know what these words are called. Anyone who's worked at a bar is probably saying, Jason, you need to use your better terms. Anyway, a study of frozen meal diet plan. So these are weird. Frozen meal diet plan. How do you not have something frozen? Maybe they're both cooked, but then like one, it's like when you go to Applebee's or something, you don't know that it's frozen because they heat it up for you. So just don't, if they don't know what you're giving them, so frozen food would be the treatment. We're gonna skip that one. I don't want to. These ones are weird, but maybe you have a good idea and you say, Jason, you should use this idea. Let me know. All right. Anyway, last thing we want to talk about is blind and double blind, which are great for getting rid of prejudices and bias from knowing things. So in a blind study, the participant is not informed whether he or she is receiving the treatment or the placebo. Okay. So it's a blind study if you don't know whether you're getting the alcohol or not the alcohol, right? You don't know whether you're getting the diet pill or the sugar pill. That would be a blind study. There's also something called double blind, where even the researchers and even the researchers are not informed which subjects are in the treatment group and which are in the control group. So like the data, I mean, the information is there somewhere, but let's say I'm researching and I'm only looking at the data, patient 1. And I don't know whether patient 1, which group they were in. I'm just looking at that data. So maybe patient 1 got better. And so I make conclusions based on that without knowing necessarily whether they got the treatment or not. Okay. So we're looking at a new lie detector, and two groups of subjects rather, are given the new lie detector test. One group is asked to answer all the questions truthfully, and the second group is asked to lie for one set of questions. The person administering the lie detector test does not know which group each subject is in. So they don't know. The people, of course, the people. I'm not using this video ever again. So the person administering the test does not know its group. That makes you think double blind. But the person the person does know. The person does know. Like you can't not know whether you're lying or not. So I think the problem wants you to say it's a double blind study, but it's really just the researcher doesn't know. I hope this isn't super confusing, even though these examples are a little silly. Just go back to the definition and feel free to ask me about any of this nonsense.